it satisfying? Good? Cool. Thank you very much. So, I believe that people make terrible decisions because they feel bad. And I believe that that's a horrible, horrible chain of events that people go through. So, in my line of work, I try to make people feel better first, and then let's talk about why you feel better, and then let's talk about what made you feel better. So the products that I have out there are different forms of chocolate, tea, and coffee, and they're very healthy versions of that. And basically what they're comprised of are beans, seeds, root vegetables, fruits, and leaves. And then the tea blend is herbs, spices, greens, and mushrooms. And they're all geared for an anti-inflammatory approach to life, an immune system building approach to life, and a philosophy behind keeping antioxidants flowing through your body every day, because there's a compounding effect behind antioxidants, and especially when they're very concentrated and high content. So my name is Seth. My company is Rockin Wellness, and my story begins in the deserts of West Texas. And the things that people do where I'm from is they go to rodeos and they watch high school football games. And the things that they put in their body all begin with chicken fried and end with and gravy. And that's kind of what I grew up doing. And it kind of led, that was the chain of events that led my life, where I was 18 and I started noticing that I had a bleeding issue. And I ignored it. I ignored it for 10 years. I ignored it. And it ended up being a stage 4 colon cancer. And I faced it when I was 27, and I didn't do anything about it. And I faced it again when I was 30. It showed up in my liver. And I had to have about 70% of my liver removed. And my prognosis was terrible. I don't believe many people gave me hope other than maybe my loving wife over here. She was an unbelievable support for me. But one of the things that really got me going were in just surviving upon hope. I don't know whose phone this is. Excuse me. I guess this is hers or something.
Is that mine? Okay. His time isn't up yet, I'm sorry. That's what it was. He's got 5 more minutes.
So one of the things that really propelled me to grab on to hope, because I'm a person who, I like to think about overcoming adversity. I like to think about grabbing on the silver linings and holding on to them through like the darkest storms of life. And I've been through a couple of them, but this one in particular. I got an email from my father from the Johns Hopkins University that said, and this is while I was in the hospital room, my father sent me this email and said, I think this might make you feel better. And the email said that if you're battling cancer, stop worrying about dying and start thinking about how you're going to live from here on out. And how long can we extend this? And one of the things was about living an alkaline diet. And it was about choosing foods that were 80% alkalizing and 80% alkalizing and 20% acidic. And so that was all the hope that I needed to get out of that hospital bed and to get on with my life. So I asked people, what kind of a lifestyle do you live? What is your pH lifestyle? When you look at the menu of foods and drinks that you take throughout the day, is that mostly acidic, or is that mostly alkaline? Or is there a good balance in between? And that's something that I think people should think about seriously. Over a couple of years' time, I developed these principles behind health and as to why I was still alive and why I was still cancer-free. And those principles turned into like concrete goals in life for me, and they were always reduce inflammation in my body. So whatever I put on my skin or in my body, I wanted to make sure that it's reducing inflammation, or it has anti-inflammatory properties. I always want to build my immune system with the foods and the drinks that I consume. Building your immune system, it's pretty self-explanatory, but it keeps you from getting sick. I used to get sick every year of my life, multiple times a year, whether it was strep throat or flu or some horrible stomach issue. But I don't really get sick anymore, especially since I started living this lifestyle. I rarely get a cold or anything like that. And then the third principle was always shower my body with high-powered antioxidants, and do it every day. Because if you do it every day, there's a compounding effect behind that. There's a compounding effect behind cleaning your tissues. So antioxidants, they kind of work as like a detergent for our body. So when we go outside, you're going to breathe car emissions, you're going to breathe environmental pollutants. Our bodies are completely toxic. So one of the questions that you should ask yourself is, well, how do I combat that? And I talk to people every day, and usually I get a response from 0 people that are proactive with cleaning their body, and especially ridding themselves of environmental toxins and car emissions and all the toxins that are in the environment now. So one of the ways to do that is to take in antioxidants every day, because like I said, they're like a detergent for the body. So there's a compounding effect behind that. So if you take them every day consistently, then say 2 weeks later, 6 months later, your tissues are going to be cleaner, and you're going to be a more well-prepared person to take on whatever life has to offer, whether it's something that's mentally draining or emotionally draining or physically draining. You're going to be able to take on that obstacle in a more efficient manner and a more powerful manner. So, how do we cleanse? Anybody know? Anybody know how we cleanse? So, cleansing to me, and cleansing from my research, says we do that through sweating and pooping, which is an uncomfortable subject for some people. I talk to people who haven't pooped in 3 to 5 days, which I say, well, we need to remedy that now. So, because the more you poop and the more you sweat, the more your body is ridding itself of those toxins that I'm talking about. You want to be able to be on a good pattern with that, because that is health in itself. That's the foundation of health, is cleansing and detoxifying our systems.
I have a question. What if you don't sweat?
I mean, if you don't sweat. If you don't sweat at all, if you went into a hot sauna or a hot yoga class, you
I
wouldn't
don't
sweat?
take a sauna.
No, we'll talk. So, it all starts with water and sleep. So if you don't get enough water or enough sleep, I can't help you. There's no doctor in the world that can help you. You can go to a doctor every day of the year, and if you're not getting enough water or enough sleep, there is no substance or cure for you other than more water and more sleep. And I can't stress that enough. So, my goal in life is to feed people high quality, affordable nutrition. And I believe that I do that through the products that I offer. If you haven't tried them, I would highly recommend you just to come give us a try. Because, like I said, I think people make bad decisions because they feel bad. And if they had something tasty in their life that they could depend on and drink it every day, that they would eventually start making better decisions because of that, because they would feel better. And so, like I said, that is a chain reaction that begins with feeling good and, say, not being tired all the time. Right? So,
You have a question, not to put you on the spot, but you go to like Whole Foods and there's array of all these wonderful combinations of foods, and what makes your products unique as opposed to, something What makes your product superior?
So the concentration of antioxidants is something that I really take a lot of pride in. Every one of my ingredients are very alkalizing, and like I said, the antioxidant content of one scoop of my smoothie is somewhere between 50 and 75 cups of green tea. That's the antioxidant equivalent, right? It's the chemical compound equivalent. My product was made, handcrafted by me and another guy who's also a significant disease fighter. We made these products for ourselves. I consume my product more than anybody else in the world. And I firmly believe in my 3 principles. I do not believe that other products are put together for that, or where it's about consumption. It's not about how much money I can make off of it. I believe that most products have some of that in mind. Where mine was done specifically because I couldn't afford to feed myself at the time before I met it.
Well, thank you. I think that's a wonderful explanation for his product. Thank you.
So anyways, I guess that's my time, but if you have any questions, I'm right over here. Come try my products. I really appreciate your time. Thank you.
Definitely somebody who's very passionate about what he does. And look at him, living proof. You're looking good. Thank you.